in the campus of the Free Lutheran Bible College and Seminary in Plymouth, Minnesota. More Conqueror basketball. My name is Jason Goodham, and sitting next to me is the Sybil Shepherd to my Bruce Willis. It's Wade Mobley.
That's great. I did not see that one coming.
No. We're relevant pop culture references. That's what we're all about.
That's right. The Die Hard to my Christmas.
Yeah. So we got 2 minutes left to go, so I'll waste this time. Did you know that they almost did not cast Bruce Willis in Die Hard?
No.
Do you know why?
No.
Because
why?
they thought he could only do comedy, because up till that point he was on Moonlighters.
Moonlighters. So who did they almost get?
I don't know. It was just that they almost didn't cast Bruce Willis as an action star. Anyway, CMU Blazers back in action against your home team, Good Guys, FLBC Conquerors. CMU Blazers, we found out, are the 3rd or 4th seed in the coming NIAC
Depending on
tournament.
the Massey rankings, which I could pull up.
What does Ken Palm say?
I'm not sure, but believe it or not, we have Massey ratings.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I'm guessing we're fairly far down on the... How much do you have to be addicted to college basketball
To do NIAC?
to do NIAC ratings?
That's amazing. We're going to have starting lineups in just about a minute. CMU traveling without 6 of their regulars, so we'll get a different look. Still a lot of returning guys to this team. Thankfully, most of the ones I would have trouble pronouncing did not travel with the team.
Okay.
So we're good to go on that.
So I did not know that. They left some of their team at home.
Yeah. Your favorite and mine, George Fedorchuk, has made the trip. And
Gotcha,
we're going to be making insufferable 90s hockey jokes. Yeah.
Yes.
That was dead air right there. Are you,
Actually,
I got nothing
I
right
thought
now.
I found the Massey ratings. I'm going to have to find this later.
All right.
I am going to sing, this is very important, everybody needs to know this. I am going to sing O Canada tomorrow before the game.
So game's at 12 and 2. Encourage you to tune in at 12:05 and 2.
That's right. Yeah, and I'm going to do it good. It's going to be good.
You're going to sing good.
My only concern is that I'm going to do it so well that they will think I'm mocking.
Welcome back to the Student
And I'm
Life
really
Center
just
here
in
at the Free Lutheran Bible
admiration.
College
Impassioned
campus
is
for our
what
second
you
game
will
of
be.
the night between the Canadian Mennonite University Blazers and your FLBC Conquerors. Please join us in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, I just want to thank you again here for all the safe travels here to the game, Lord. I just pray to look after this game for any injuries that have happened, Lord. I just pray for the safety of the players, coaches, refs, and I just want to thank you for all that you've done in our lives, Lord, and just help us remind us why we are playing this game, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen. And now the starting lineups. First, for the visiting CMU Blazers. Number 2, Isaiah Herrera. Number 3, Marco Guerin. Number 10, Makai Leeson. Number 11, Derek Neufeld. And number 12, Ethan Thacker. And now, the starting lineup for your FLBC Conquerors. From Ishpeming, Michigan, number 2, Weston Jensen. From Gifford, Illinois, number 4, Andrew Maxwell. From Corcoran, Minnesota, number 15, Judah Chernyavsky. From Maryville, Washington, number 22, Kent Anderson. And number 24, Hunter Owen. The Conquerors are coached by Micah Moan, assisted by Logan Strand.
All right, there are your starting lineups. Once again, for the visiting CMU Blazers, you're going to have Araya, Gehring, Leeson, Neufeld, and Thacker. And for the Conquerors, it'll be Jensen, Oyen, Anderson, Maxwell, and Chernyavsky. Chernyavsky is going to jump against Thacker in moments. And the second of our doubleheader today will be underway now. Judah wins the tip, gets it to Maxwell, and Weston Jensen's going to be running the point for FLBC.
CMU beat Providence twice And so this is the second or third best team in the league, probably.
Anderson loses the ball to Gehring. Gehring with giving Gary a run for his shoes with the Oregon-themed shoes. Baseline turnaround jumper good for Derek Neufeld. CMU pressing early. FLBC in the press breaker. Maxwell loses the ball as he's chased down by Isaiah Araya. Up ahead to number 10, Lisan for 2, and it's 4-0 lead for CMU.
And a little man-to-man pressure, full court. It's going to take a while to get in. That's a problem. You're going to have to start farther back. You can't just start on the baseline like that. Got to get back to the free throw line at least. Kids at home, point guard, just condition yourself to go to the elbow and work from there.
Araya with the steal, goes around Judah, no good, tipped in by Ethan Thacker, and it's a quick 6-0 run for the Blazers. Got a foul on the floor, probably going to get, what's that going to be on, Lisan probably? Lisan.
Lisan's over here. So get to the elbow, just like that. That's exactly how to do it. Head coaching tonight, Mike Amone. See him standing up?
I do. I wouldn't have noticed that all game if you hadn't said it.
Logan said, "This is your night, Mike Amone."
This is your time.
Mike Amone is headed off on internship, Thief River Falls, Minnesota.
Alex Amiot.
With his wife, Calais, who joined me at the halftime of the women's game. Looking forward to a good time there. But this will be it after many, many years of connection with FLBC basketball.
Missed three-pointer, rebounded by Thacker, and up 4-2, 8-0. Anderson takes the inbound off the press from the Blazers.
So it's just a matter of breaking the press for now, right?
Yep, Gehring almost picks Kent's pocket on the press.
Hunter Oyen's dad, Charles, is in attendance tonight.
Judah loses the ball driving to the basket, and this is Araya. It's going up for 2, around through Anderson, who's going to follow. Yeah, it was a little bit late, but they got it.
So you're telling me CMU is without a number of their regulars tonight?
If you remember, the guy from last year that was really impressive was Daniel Cameron, who had a really big game. And he's not here. And neither, the other one, Braden Fernandez is their shifty point guard. He didn't make the trip. And the third one was Andrew Bruin, who also didn't make the trip. Araya misses the first.
Okay, but these two guys, Fernandez and Cameron,
they were a real deal.
Yeah. I remember Cameron had kind of like the floppy hair, 19-year-old look.
Yep. Which is probably exactly what he was. Yeah. Missed free throw, rebounded by CMU. Reverse to Araya. Araya top of the key to Gehring. One extra pass, and good for 3 is Makai Lisan. Press breaker, stolen by Lisan. Another 3, no good. Ball tipped. Maxwell tries to come up with it, no good. Araya comes up with it, reverses Lisan. Now to Gehring, and then that is number 11 from the elbow, Derek Neufeld, and Mike Amone's going to call a timeout after a 12-0 start to this game.
And it just went to 14-0 that quick.
14,
so
wow.
The clock is stopped and the score is moving. So, this is going to be a tough matchup.
It is, and you got to wonder when CMU is not going to press in this game.
Yeah. Yes.
That's just something I wonder.
I think there will come a time. I hope that there's a time. But at the same time, if that's a victory that's before you, is breaking this press, you should be able to break this press. So what happens now, because our two guards were not at the elbows, they were running things on the baseline. There's no room to make an inbounds pass. And so now, in order to get that help, now we have a couple other guys up. So now we have everybody on one half of the floor, and it's just you got to stretch the floor.
I would probably try the 4-fly press breaker here. Put Hunter on the baseline and just have the guards fly and do a lob just to get him out of the sink.
It's just right there, but it's too late. That pass is too late, and Weston didn't really nail the guy. You go chest to chest on the screen.
Yeah, and it's a 95-foot dribble now. Weston gets into the paint, bounce pass to
That's
Oyen
good. That's
for
good.
8. Hunter, no good. Weston on the rebound,
That's good.
blocked, ball
Stay with
tipped
it.
up.
Good.
Weston comes
Good,
down
Weston.
with an awesome offensive rebound. Now back to Hunter. Hunter loses it in traffic, tipped by Neufeld. Now Neufeld to Gehring. Gehring on transitions, got Lisanne. Lisanne lines up, right wing
Look
three,
long,
short.
look wrong.
Ball tipped around to Thacker off
Nope,
the foot
that was not a kick.
Judah.
Should not have been a kick. He never moved his foot. That's okay. If we're down here and we have an offensive rebound, just got to put the ball back up. Just kind
straight back up, make them block you.
pound the puck towards the net.
Thacker loses it
Good.
against Oyen. Here
Block
comes
shot.
Judah in transition. Judah slows things down a little bit. Now gets it to Kent Anderson. We're going to have a set offense for
Judah
the first
says,
time.
I'm a guard.
He's a guard at heart. Weston dishes to Oyen on the baseline. Oyen takes a few extra steps and is called for a travel, and Hunter said, yeah, I got it.
Okay, we've settled down now a little bit. Okay, Gehring, for whatever reason, is sitting hard on the left hand of Weston. Weston's right-handed, isn't he?
Yeah, well, if Weston can fool him, play that to your advantage at some point in time.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is, unless that's just how they play it, try to divide the court in half.
This is Gehring. Now over to Araya. In the post is Neufeld. Back to Araya, left wing three, no good. Ball, long rebound comes out to Gehring, who couldn't quite save it.
NIAC tournament next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think we're going to see some good basketball. And we
All
haven't
day-
seen the tribal schools as much this year.
We haven't seen any of them here, have we?
No.
And all day on Friday, 9 to midnight, basically, is what it's going to be.
Sisseton and Wahpeton it's a good team. Providence, men and women are good. CMU men and women are good. Oak Hills men are good. It's going to be a really deep tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm going to miss it.
You're going to miss it.
Yeah, and that's like, why do you get to have all the fun?
It's just a part of the privilege of my position.
I guess.
Weston Jensen, bounce pass to
Weston.
Oyen.
That ball's got to come way quicker.
Disrupted.
Yep.
Gehring for three, right side, long. Rebound comes down to Araya. Maxwell defending him on the baseline. Top of the key to Lisanne.
Isaiah Flown coming into the game shortly.
14-foot jumper from the baseline, hit by Neufeld. I got to wonder if he's related to the AFLC Neufelds.
Yeah, it could be. Or some other dude with a new field in Norway.
A Dutch person.
Yes. Good shot. No, he's
Weston Jensen
no, he's
from
left-handed.
12.
I'm sorry. Production this is terrible. I should know his handedness, his dexterity.
I blame production assistant
he's-
Lexi Berg for
That's
lack
right.
of good
It's
data on that.
Clearly her fault. So he is left-handed. That's why they're sitting on his left hand.
Yeah. Right, Lisanne for three, extends the lead 19-2, 15:50 to go. Weston harassed by Lisanne, loses the ball, stolen by Araya. Araya straight to the basket. Good recovery by Weston, disrupts the shot, but good finish by Araya. Maxwell under the basket. Kent Anderson takes, and that was
Is that a foul for the purposes of substitution?
running.
I think that's what that was.
They've still got fouls to give, so watch that play again.
I think that was a foul for the purposes of substitution. That's 21-2. It could very easily be like what, 21-8?
Yeah.
You know, it's like
The
it's
team
just
has
little
improved.
things, right?
Yeah.
Just little things. It's yeah, like right there, that's just not a screen, and you can't set the screen because you haven't set up the screen. You're running away from it. You have to give a good angle to the screener. But that's just little basketball fundamentals that you don't know if you haven't played a lot of basketball.
No.
Good,
Judah into the
good.
paint. Push foul on the floor. So into the game right now, just to kind of set this up, Logan Morrison, Andrew Maxwell, Judah Chernovsky, Weston Jensen, and Isaiah Flown. You had a full hockey line change for CMU, so give me some time on this. Caden Tugati's in the game, along with Caden Osmak, Milan Tumberly. I'm missing a couple here, hold on. George Fedorchuk, our guy George, is in the game.
Makes me so happy.
And I'm missing, who am I missing? Looks like Lance Catapon's in the game. There we go. Judah from 4, in and out. No good. That ball was 2/3 of the way down and bounced out. Here's Tugati running the point. Quick pass underneath the Catapon. Back to Tugati for 3 from the right wing. In. Drains it. 24-2 CMU.
And he is left-handed as well.
And all of 4'11".
Yeah, and left. Going to hear about that one. So, left-handed, as is Weston.
Yeah. Good crossover by Weston. Gets into the paint. Bounce pass to Floan. Floan for 6. Yes! Isaiah Floan for 2 from 6. Weston Jensen on the assist.
Son of FLBC alum and noted basketball player Ben Floan.
Ben Floan, who knocked me unconscious in Bible school. Pickup football game. Knocked me out cold.
Good. At least it wasn't just hanging out in the dorm.
No, it was. He had reason to, but it still didn't feel good.
Oh, he was a big boy in the day.
Underneath, that's Tomberly for 2.
That's nice passing.
Good ball movement.
Micah Moen's over doing some instruction. What can we learn from this?
Weston, ball tips off his hands. That is Tomberly back for 2. Back for seconds. Maxwell breaks free, guarded by Osmac on a show-me press there. Judah with the screen.
Yeah, we're going to have to call that.
Moving screen on Judah.
The trick knee got him. Okay, so this has not been, we've traveled these territories well. It's not been the best year for basketball for FLBC. Have enjoyed the guys. And we get them in class. We see them around campus. We have lunch with them. They're great guys. And they're just happy to be playing basketball. So they had the opportunity to either play or not play in the NIAC tournament. And they decided, well, let's give up the spot to another team, even though we're hosting it. And then a couple teams got suspended. It's like, well, do you want to play or not? And said, no, let's do it. So they're going to be playing one more
for 3
after these 3 games in 4 days.
Kent Anderson harassed by Lance Catapon. Kent, what do you think? Kent and Judah easily have the most experience on the team?
They do, and they were both injured for the first half of the season. Yeah, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln.
How was the play?
So Logan's done a really good job of making this work, too. We have a sports ministry emphasis summer team queued up.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so 2 weeks. We were hoping to do a whole summer or at least half of a summer. It's only going to be 2 weeks because we just weren't quite ready and we want to do it right. I think we'll do more of it and maybe have some on-site sports camps next year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, actually I have a meeting with State FCA director and regional director for sports-specific ministry to talk a little bit about how we could do something in partnership too.
Maxwell in transition layup rolls out, then fights for the rebound, gets the foul on the floor. Maxwell's a ball of energy.
Yeah, he is for sure.
Unchained Fury. 30-4, timeout, CMU.
So I see 6 timeouts. Do the women get 5 and the men get? Yeah, because of the quarter break.
Oh, yeah, also the conversion rate from English to metric.
That's what that is. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Cisco. Digging for the ad read that I started without my notes.
Good job.
Thank you to Cisco, the official food service provider for the Free Lutheran Bible College and Seminary, for sponsoring tonight's contest. Cisco helped chefs Matt Peschel and Chester Dyrud keep our students fueled with delicious, nutritious meals. If your business needs a food service supplier, call 763-785-9000 or find your local Cisco service center at cisco.com. I had an epiphany, Pastor Jason Goodham.
Well, convenient. We are currently in that season.
So I had an epiphany earlier that, I enjoy leftovers.
Yes.
Because I enjoy food. But some food, it fares particularly well as leftovers. What would one example be?
Soup.
Soup, definitely. Always better than day 2. How about Chef Matt Peschel's beef stroganoff?
Yes, it was delicious.
It was delicious tonight.
Now, typically, a pasta dish does not age well.
But this one does. I think of the cavatappi pasta.
A little bit more robust.
Yeah. And I was thinking, you could actually sell beef stroganoff in the full court press.
We could.
How good would that be?
Oh, yeah. A cup oats stroganoff, extra step for Tugadi, who protests, said
and
I was
perhaps
pivoted.
Walking stroganoff. Put it in a bag of Fritos.
That would be interesting.
It would be.
I think it would be better not in Fritos, but with like Cool Ranch Doritos.
You know, that could work. That could work. Or we could sell fried eggs for $6 each.
Ain't no one got that kind of money.
No, the eggs are cheaper than chicken.
Weston Jensen from 10, no good. Rebound by George Fedorchuk.
The chicken is cheaper than the egg.
Judah.
Good block shot, Judah.
Block shot for Judah Chernovsky. Kent Anderson coming the other way. Kent, who broke his kneecap at the beginning of the season.
And it's not because he owed money.
No.
To the mob.
He's not even Italian.
No.
Judah tried for another block. No good that time. That's George Fedorchuk for 2.
I bet if I made eye contact with Gracia Rolfe, I could get a brownie.
You think so?
I just don't dare.
Would you
I
say
have chocolate cake tonight?
Would you say that George Fedorchuk's the best left winger in the league right now?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would.
Fedorchuk into the paint, dishes off to Tomberly, who walks.
Fedorchuk was like a hockey player that sounded like a hat. I mean, that was back. No, we didn't. I don't know.
That's a fake ad read.
What's
Fedorchuk's fedoras.
Yes. So what's your first memory of a hockey game on television?
On television.
Do you remember the Miracle on Ice?
No,
or are you too young?
I wasn't born yet.
Oh, that would be too young.
That was 3 months before I was born.
I am significantly older than you,
Yeah,
and I sometimes forget
before.
that.
On TV, the first one I remember, would have had to been a Gretzky game, national TV.
So I remember watching The Miracle on Ice, so it was tape delay. It would have been, because it was prime time on our 12-inch black and white TV, and Al Michaels kept talking about the red line and the blue line, and I had no idea what he was talking about.
You just got to see it in your mind.
You do. 37-4 halfway through this first half.
We're going to have another subbing foul. Oh, Weston did everyone a favor and traveled.
We have a subbing travel.
Yeah. We got a line change.
Okay, and so it's really hard in a game like this for the players to not, and the announcers, to not just turn it into cruise control. But you have to keep practicing your craft.
We got to be Lauren Jones in our endeavors.
So do what you can.
Never give up.
The press,
never surrender.
Set up a good screen. Set a good screen. Roll off the good screen. And we're zoned right now, which is probably just as good as anything.
Turnaround jumper good for Derek Neufeld.
Just a little thing to learn here. Judah's got to come higher in that 2-3 zone. You can't sink low when that mid post catches the ball.
Yeah, go to the ball even in the zone.
Yep. Man-to-man principles within the zone. I'm not sure what Kent just did, but it looks sweet.
It's kind of like a mixtape kind of a thing.
Come on.
For 3.
Yes!
Andrew Maxwell for 3.
Attaboy.
From way downtown Bang.
Pride and Joy of Gifford, Illinois.
Named after Frank Gifford.
No, it was not.
Oh, okay.
It was not, sir.
Gehring for 3 with the answer, yes.
Gehring appeared to be traumatized by that momentary disruption in the force.
Kent Anderson back into the paint, tries a bounce pass to Judah, no good. Coming the other way, subbing in will be Logan Morrison. Dylan Montana's very own Logan Morrison in for Isaiah Flown.
Beautiful place, Dylan. It's no Ennis.
No, Ennis, Montana, but Dylan is also in Montana.
But we can't
everyone.
all be from Ennis.
Not everyone can be a Ledgerwood. No one got that reference but you. Araya for 3, left side. Good.
That was an
Isaiah
inside
Araya.
joke with ourselves. Elizabeth McCarlson says she would be stroganoff from the full court press.
Good
but
to
would
know.
you buy it in a bag of chips, like a walking stroganoff?
Would you buy it in a can? Would you buy it?
No.
Maxwell, baseline drive, gets under the basket, kicks out. Gehring disrupts the pass, now going the other way. Gehring, Araya, Thacker, Neufeld, and Lisanne in the game right now on the floor. Lisanne, top of the key, reverses to Gehring, bounce pass into the paint to Thacker, underneath to Neufeld. Bunny is missed, tipped
Good block
out to
out,
Araya.
Weston.
Lisanne, left elbow floater, no good. Ball tipped by Weston to Thacker. That was unfortunate.
How did Thacker make that shot? He caught the ball directly under the basket while he was elevating.
It's an illusion. It's a glitch in the matrix. Judah creates some space for two. Too strong. Rebound by Neufeld. Elbow by Judah. Going the other way.
That's deja vu, actually.
Deja vuda.
No, deja vu is when there's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, well, there's no black cat, though. There's other glitches.
That's right. No chips of any kind. Do not mess with perfection. Perhaps a bag of toasted onions for your walking stroganoff.
Funyuns. There you go.
Funyuns.
That would be it.
There we go.
Thacker for 3, left side. Good.
Thacker can shoot.
Yeah. 50-7. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Weston dumps off to Kent Anderson. Underneath to Maxwell. Stolen by Araya.
And that's a good back cut. It's a good idea. It's just the other team's too quick to get away with it.
Yeah, that pass has got to have 5 more miles per hour on it.
It does.
Thacker, top of the key. Reverses to Lisanne. Left corner to Gehring. Left elbow to Thacker. Good. These guys can shoot. This is an impressive shooting team.
They can, and they're moving the basketball well.
They once the stats update, they're shooting probably almost close to 70% from the field. Kent Anderson for 3, off front iron, rebounded by Araya.
So they have 36 points off 14 turnovers.
Wow.
How can that be?
A lot of threes in transition.
A lot of threes.
Thacker on the paint, stolen by Maxwell. Job, Andrew. Andrew dribbles into traffic and then stopped dribbling before his body did. Recovered by Weston Jensen.
Weston was covered.
Weston layup to the hoop, fouled by Araya. We'll have 2 from the line. I like Weston. Weston's a good kid. Positive attitude.
Positive attitude. You just want to play basketball this year. Oh, all these guys, they just want to play ball. So if your choice is to be outgunned and play basketball or to not play basketball, that's, they made the choice. And I'm glad they made that choice. That's I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I did the same thing.
No,
I watched though.
No, you would have never made this team. No, I coached Pastor Goodham when he was in Bible school, and I probably should have given him more player time than I did. But
Weston
I didn't.
makes a second.
But it wasn't personal, so I didn't like you.
Yeah.
Well,
Mr.
Cameron. Mr. Cameron, is that?
Daniel Cameron's
It's
father.
got to be Daniel Cameron's dad.
From Saskatchewan.
Coming from Saskatchewan to watch the tournament next week. Upset. They won't be here.
I will be here, so
Pastor,
you should be disappointed.
Jason will be here. And I provide color, but there are other people who can provide color. I will be upset, though.
Hoyen underneath, Hunter!
If there are Canadian wares, like ketchup, potato chips,
Tim
Hortons, or maybe like poutine probably doesn't travel well.
No, poutine does not travel or age well.
I will be upset if Canadian wares are brought to Pastor Goodham while I'm in Florida.
3 in and out for Lisanne, rebounded by Araya. I would like to know where in Saskatchewan the Cameron family is from.
Well, let's take a look. It doesn't say.
No,
but
that's why I asked.
Mr. Cameron will fill us in. Substitution.
Line change.
55-10, 6 minutes left in the first half.
I did not previously notice George Fedorchuk's pistachio shoes. That is amazing. 2 of them now.
They're by
pistachioed. in Fedorchuk.
Oh, that's a hook. They're going the other way.
Yeah.
Attaboy. Hunter Oyen drawing the player control foul.
Hunter needs a nickname. What rhymes with Oyen?
I'm not sure. I think it's like the word orange.
Yeah.
So if the pistachio shoes were worn by mustachioed men.
Yeah. Would you say they're pistachioed? Like mustache-wad? Yeah. Oh, got a full going the other way.
Yeah, and that was a hard screen because I'm frustrated, foul.
Yeah.
55-10.
Ooh, on the court for the first time is Mateo Pacha.
From?
Cuenca, Ecuador.
I have a story. An anecdote, perhaps. I'm going to save it for the second half.
Tugati underneath to Tomberly, misses the lay-in, rolls out, tips out of bounds by Tomberly. White coming the other way. Judah checks into the game for Oyen. And a timeout from interim head coach Mike Amon. Interim? Substitute? Temporary?
Temporary.
Fill in?
Tell what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to effort a halftime interview
with
Charles Oyen, the father of Hunter Oyen.
Are you going to go ask him right now?
I am.
All right, I'll do an ad read.
Oh, here we are. So I've already done Cisco, so help yourself.
Save the date for the Northern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Tournament in the Student Life Center next weekend on the campus of the Free Lutheran Bible College. Runs from Friday, February 21st to Sunday the 23rd. Going to have almost 30 hours of basketball for you next weekend. It's a real good conference tournament. If you like small school basketball, it doesn't get much better than that. The CMU Blazers will be back in town along with Providence and Oak Hills and a couple of our tribal schools and the tournament favorite Trinity on the men's side. On the women's side, we'll have all of the same teams down here. FLBC ladies hoping to make a run into the tournament. Much improved team this year. Also, I want to thank sponsors, game sponsor Cisco for providing food for FLBC, for our chefs Matt Petchel and Chester Dyrud. Thanks to Cisco for keeping all of our students fueled with delicious, healthy meals. If your business needs a food supplier, call 763-785-9000 or find your local Cisco service center at cisco.com. Timeout has ended, and coming out of the timeout is the second unit for the CMU Blazers, and so that's going to be Caden Tugati, Lance Catapon, George Fedorchuk, Milan Tomberly, and Caden Osmak, and Mateo Pacha, Judah Chernovsky, Isaiah Flown, Weston Jensen, and Kent Anderson in the game for FLBC. Anderson in the paint loses the handle, tips to Tomberly. Tomberly's got Catapon. Catapon with the left-handed layup from the right side, good for two. 5:15 to go in the first half. Weston Jensen running the point for FLBC. Weston guarded by Catapon, can't get around him. Pushes forward anyway. Weston, elbow, turnaround jumper, no good. Ball rebounds, comes down to Tomberly, and Tugati's going to run the point, heading the other way, going from east to west. Welcome back, Wade Mobley.
Regina.
Did you succeed?
Saskatchewan.
Regina, Saskatchewan.
Yes, I very close to my wife's home area.
Really?
Yeah, so just south of there in Montana. Been to Regina many times.
Kent Anderson misses the 4-footer, rebounded by Fedorchuk.
I have a Regina anecdote that I will save for the second half.
All right.
Charles Oyens, he is going to join us second half.
For Osmak. 60-10. We got running clock now for the rest of the game, correct? Or is that only a second half thing?
I don't know.
Weston loses the dribble, stolen by Fedorchuk. Odd man rush, Fedorchuk. Layup, good.
Nicely done.
The hockey jokes don't make themselves.
That's right. You didn't want to let that one skate by.
Weston hands off to Kent, guarded by Osmak. Osmak doing chest bumps like he's not. You see that from time to time,
Yes.
guys who get called for a hand check, and then they're like doing chest bumps. Is like you're gonna still get called for that if the ref notices.
It's like if VeggieTales was playing defense.
Larry the Cucumber on the foul. He's got
No
5.
hands, but lots of contact.
FLBC empties the bench. Weston Jensen, Mateo Pacha, and Isaiah Flown sit down for a breather. That leaves Maxwell Morrison, Oyen Anderson, and Judah in the game. Kent Anderson shooting a free throw.
CMU is pretty good.
Mix the first.
And this is without probably their two best players.
Yeah, probably. Maybe they're 3, because Bruin was pretty good too.
Yeah. I remember that he was hard to watch. You could barely bear it. So, this is a good team. So, I would like to see CMU and Trinity.
Oh, that would be fun.
I mean, and in fact, you will.
Yeah, probably. There's a good chance I will.
I'll listen to you and Mr. Cameron call the game.
Yeah. Do an encore.
Where are you on ketchup potato chips, Jason Goodham?
They're all right. Not my favorite. They're not terrible. You got to remember, I've been to Winnipeg quite a bit.
Yes.
So I know things.
You just went downstream.
Yeah, upstream, downstream.
Downstream.
Yeah. Went north, downstream.
Like the Nile, the Red River runs north.
Yeah, second longest south to north river in the world, after the Nile.
After the Nile.
Yep.
And it's that kind of geographic insight that you only get on this broadcast. How'd the ad read go?
Went all right. Stumbled over myself a few times.
Thankful for all of our sponsors. It really does help us. That's a travel. You cannot begin a dribble without your pivot foot on the ground. Maybe that's the FIBA rule, though.
Who knows? Oh, Fedorchuk with the scoop in the basket. Love it. That was pretty.
And you need one guy.
Stay back. They're going to get Catapon with a foul.
Yeah, if I was thinking, I just ran all the way back.
Just to commit a foul.
And now we're going to take the ball out again.
Now they're going to have all 5.
Now we're going to.
Oh, we're going to shoot?
Yeah, we're going to shoot.
No.
We're going to shoot? No.
Did they call Maxwell on the phone?
Oh, they called Maxwell. Never mind.
Catapon thought he was no one knows what's going on.
That's the most miserable I got fouled face I've ever seen.
Tomberly for 2. Now it will be FLBC ball. Down by 54. Kent Anderson with the ball. Gets it to Andrew Maxwell, guarded by Osmac. Now Judah with the ball right side. Judah fights for position, gets it to Oyen under the basket. Hunter, go for it.
Good, Hunter.
Hunter, straight up, misses it. Ball comes down to Tomberly, now Osmac, and now Catapon. And it's pretty dribble weave right there, or 3-man weave.
So CMU and Trinity, they've played.
And how did it go?
That's the kind of thing that a well-prepared color man
who brought up the subject in the first place.
Brought up the subject himself. That would be.
Tagati forward to Tomberly, right-handed layup, good.
I'd say Turtle Mountain and Leech Lake scores, but I'm just not ready for that one yet. Thistle and Wahpeton beat Leech Lake 137-93 earlier in the year.
Sounds like an NBA All-Star game.
Trinity beat CMU at CMU 91-83.
Oh, wow. Ken Anderson misses the three-pointer at the buzzer. We're going to go to halftime, 70-12. CMU leading by 58. Do quick rundown on stats. Leading the way for all scores, Derek Neufeld with 11 points. Ethan Thacker with a 10-5 line. Milan Tomberly with a 10-4 line. 9-4 for Isaiah Arrea and 9 points from Akai Lisan. For FLBC, pretty even scoring. Weston Jensen with 3, Andrew Maxwell with 3, and 2s apiece for Floan, Anderson, and Oyen. Did you secure your halftime interview?
Yeah, but I just told him to come down whenever. I
think he's on his way.
Yeah, he is. This is Charles. Do you know Charles Oyen?
I don't.
You're about to know. Can I have that read sheet back?
Yep.
Thanks. Thanks again to Cisco for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Good partner of the school, one of our good vendors. Other sponsors, Caleb Carlson of Three Rivers Real Estate, Truestone Wealth Management, Joy Enterprises, Rock Elm, AO1 Construction, and Beyond Limits. Charles, I'm going to have you put there, and you can put this guy on if you want to listen. Joined in the Jason Goodham Memorial broadcast booth by the father of FLBC power forward / center, Hunter Oyen. Charles Oyen, where are you guys from again? I can't remember. Is it Taylor?
Elgin, North Dakota.
Elgin, that's close to Taylor, right?
Yes.
They're right along the beautiful Knife River Valley, if I remember correctly. Not quite?
Not quite. Cannonball. Cannonball is 3 miles south.
Gotcha. Well, a little bit of a rough season basketball-wise, but the guys sure have been doing a good job, at least in front of the president of the school. Are there some phone calls home sometimes, though?
Not too many.
He's doing okay?
He's doing good. He enjoys basketball, enjoys the teammates, and the fellowship with other teams.
Yeah, it's all right, and really proud of the guys, the way they've handled kind of a tough season and chosen they want to play, and that's really, really good. So I'm curious. So Hunter is how many kids do you have?
We have 4.
Is he the oldest?
He is the second oldest.
He's the second. Okay, so how does a kid get from Elgin, North Dakota, to FLBC in Minneapolis? How'd that journey go?
Well, I'm a 1990 graduate of FLBC. So I was kind of talking to Hunter about it, and I actually took him on a trip to Turtle Mountain Community College when FLBC played them his senior year, and introduced him to Coach Logan Strand.
Yeah, fun. Oh, that's good. Okay, so 1990, had I come here right out of high school, I would have come in 1991. I ended up coming in 95. So who were some of your classmates?
Nathan Munseth, Adam Lee, basketball players, Jeff Nikkinen, Kyle Skartweet, Mark Dahl was my first year and left, Brian Lang, Danny Christensen.
Yes, some recognizable names. So then, like John Grevin would have come right after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a really good basketball team. Our first year, we went to the NBC AA tournament and got third. We missed 17 free throws in the semifinal game.
Oh my!
And that's part of why we lost that one. So.
There were some good teams back then, guys about my age. I wasn't here when I was that age. But, Kerm Nash and Justin Jones and John Grevin, there's some good players. John Dryberg was in there.
Yeah.
Ryan Bainey. There wouldn't have been enough ball to go around probably if I was here. So
there were a lot of good players, and there's been a lot of good teams. And this is just, Hunter just enjoys ball, and he likes being with the kids. He was really happy to hear that they were getting a chance to actually play in the conference tournament due to some unfortunate events.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure how that would turn out because you're going to end up playing. We're going to end up playing Trinity again, so that'll be for the fourth time. And Trinity's a classy team and all that, and they make it worthwhile. But didn't know if the guys would want to or not, and so we left it up to them, and they said, "Up, we're in."
Yeah, Hunter was one of the big ones for that. He doesn't care if they lose by 50 or whatever. It's just out to be fun and enjoy the game.
Well, I definitely, when I was coaching here, lost some games by 50. But it wasn't as many and as often, and it's just one of those years. But I'm sure glad that we're doing it. So, all right, so back in your day, playing basketball, can you believe that's been 35 years?
It's hard to believe that it's gone that fast.
It really is. I had a kid turn 15 yesterday, so my youngest is 15. And you probably remember when Hunter was 15, and now he's out here. It goes pretty fast, doesn't it?
I was taller than him at that point, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that works. But looking back on your time at FLBC, what do you remember beyond basketball?
The classes and the fellowship. There's no better place to go to strengthen your life and meet good Christian friends. You meet some in Bible camps and stuff like that, but some of the closest lifelong friends are going to be people that you meet here.
I found that to be true, too. So when you were done here, what did you do?
I went on to NDSU and went into the College of Pharmacy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Are you a pharmacist today?
I am a pharmacist today.
Okay, so you went to College of Pharmacy. I'm guessing they didn't take a lot of FLBC credits or FLBC credits back then.
I got choral club.
Okay, they gave you for choir credits.
Yeah, I got like four general education credits, and that was because Pastor Molstry played football
the
for
Molstry
NDSU.
Rule.
It was the Molstry rule, so they gave him to an athlete. They had to give him to the rest of us too.
That was something else. So that one lasted a long time. We got a formal letter of them several years ago saying that we needed to quit talking about that, like in our catalog, and that was fine. NDSU, by the way, if you have any pull there, do you and Molstry have any pull at NDSU?
I do not.
You do not. I wish both of you did, but NDSU, they are the most difficult school that we work with to work with.
Yes.
UND takes them all, but NDSU is like, who are you and why are you talking to me? And I don't like that. That makes me want to say, well, just go to SDSU where I went. They'll take credits.
Right.
But anyway, so if you have any pull, you can exercise it.
Yeah, Hunter's planning on going there this fall, so hopefully they accept a few more credits.
Well, let's keep in mind, I'm always looking for a test case, and be happy to visit with people on his behalf.
Sure.
So. No, that's good. All right, so did you grow up in the Elgin area?
Actually, I grew up in Binford.
Oh, you're a Binford guy.
I'm Binford
okay, so
guy.
Wanda Jacobson
Yes.
territory.
Yes. Wanda, I knew Wanda quite well. We actually played co-ed softball together after my FLBC years. So,
She could hit.
Yeah, she was good.
Oh, man.
It was fun playing with them because the other teams would play in like they did for most women, and her and Michelle Stahl would knock it over their heads quite a few times.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I remember that. They'd come in and she'd just burn them.
Yeah.
Yeah, in left center gap.
She was a good athlete.
Yeah, and a good friend of the program too. So longtime coach, and she was on the building committee for this facility. And there are times that she and I see each other in here at a game or something, and we just shake our heads. We can't even believe it's here.
Yeah, it's amazing when consider that our home games were at North Central Bible College, and we had a lot of practices in carpeted gyms.
Yep. Yeah, a lot, and it's I just can't believe sometimes you'd win a game and you wanted to tell them it's like we just beat you and we practice twice a week in a carpeted gym.
Right.
But we didn't say that. We just shook hands and went on.
Right. Yeah. No, it was a good time, and I look back at the '89 season and saw that we beat Emmaus and to get into the national tournament. So after how bad they beat the boys the last couple of years, but they're a good team. They also understand the struggles that our program is having right now, so they don't run it up.
Yeah, most teams have not, and I think it's been we've had quite a bit of positive feedback on how we're handling that this year, and like from a president's position, the fact that the dean of our Bible college and our athletic director and basketball coach and the guys are handling it so well, it sure makes my job a lot easier. Because if they were pouting their way through this or whatever, but really what it's doing, it's affirming or reaffirming why we do what we do, and we'll have a better basketball product on the floor at some point in time. But I'll never be more proud of a team than I am of this one.
Yeah, they're a good, great group of guys. So Hunter enjoys them, and he's actually told his sister that he would consider coming back for his third and fourth year when she comes.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, well, I'm glad he enjoys it that much. It is a good place. And thank you so much for entrusting a child's education to us. It's a privilege to do that. So.
Yes, it's been a blessing for him and us. So
good. And I learned something. I did not know you were a Binford guy, so that puts you in a whole category of people. Yeah, so that's good. So. Well, thank you so much for joining me at halftime, spending some time, and we'll see how the second half goes.
All right, thank you.
Right. Thank you, Charles Oyen, father of Hunter Oyen, FLBC power forward, center, all-around good guy. And for the first half, just wanted to wrap up a few stats. 11 points for Derek Neufeld, 10 for Ethan Thacker, 9 for Isaiah Araya, 10 for I'm going to say Milan Tomberli. I just went Italian on that one. And a number of rebounds along the way as well. They shot 68%. So a lot of good shots, high percentage shots, but 9 for 17 from three-point land as well. They're good shooters. For FLBC, 26% to go with 17 turnovers, which is probably the story of the whole game. Is trying to break that press. CMU is an accomplished team. And we'll see how this second half goes. 3 points each for Weston Jensen and Andrew Maxwell. 2 for Kent Anderson, Hunter Oyen, and Isaiah Flown. FLBC will be in action tomorrow. Thanks again, Charles. Tomorrow, noon and 2, same teams. I'm going to have my debut, my national anthem debut tomorrow. I've been saying for years I will sing "O Canada," and tomorrow's the day. I'm going to sing "O Canada." So live, and I'll try not to butcher it too bad. So noon and 2 tomorrow. And then we go on the road on President's Day up to Trinity to play one men's game, one women's game, our last league games of the year. And then the NIAC National Tournament. Our women will be the 4th or 5th seed out of 8, and the men will be the last seed and play Trinity. And those games will be Friday with a big, long day of basketball. 8 games of basketball. That's something else, especially for Pastor Goodham, who's going to be doing the play-by-play. And then semifinal games and final games on Saturday and Sunday. Typically, we don't play Sunday games. For some of the schools, it works better in their schedule because of skipping class. So we do play those men's and women's championship games in the afternoon on Sunday, the 23rd, I think it is. But those games will be available on our live stream. You can find out more about the Northern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference at niacathletics.com. The 70-12 first half score and 2 minutes left in halftime. Joined back in the
Wade Mobley Memorial Broadcast
I
booth?
biffed on it. What's the guy's name? Gordon Shumway Memorial Broadcast Booth. That's right.
I've been working.
How was it?
Lining up color commentators for the NIAC tournament.
Oh, I was just thinking, you got 8 games in day 1.
Yeah.
And did you do that last time?
I missed the first, game and a half.
Oh, you have class.
Yeah. So on Friday, I have 10 minutes to get from my class to the first game. I'll be reviewing and grading a sermon and then running across campus for the start of the first game. So I'll get them all in.
That's a visual I can't unsee. Okay, so
rapidly shuffling.
So 8 games, hour and 45 a game?
Basically 16 hours of basketball.
I mean, I like basketball as much as anybody.
I will be fine as long as I don't raise my voice and as long as the color people talk when I don't.
Do you, just a preview for our adoring fans.
Yeah.
Who might you have?
So lined up to do some games this weekend, familiar voices, John Grevin, Brett Erickson, Aaron Arneson, Micah Moan, and new guest commentator, Kalei Moan.
Oh, like a 3-man crew, or is she going to do it with
she's going to do one of the games with me.
All right, she was reluctant to even do the interview.
Yeah.
And I'm one of her favorite people, and vice versa.
I asked her, I said, can you talk about basketball? She's like, yeah, I think so.
Maybe Zach Davis.
And Zach, so we got 6 now.
Okay, so Zach, how many of them are you going to use at the same time?
Just 2. I'm not going to make Luke hook up any more than one.
You can make a share, barbershop quartet style.
Yeah. No, so I've got six helpers, and so we got 8 games?
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, 8 games plus. It's 26 hours of basketball in 3 days.
And next year we're going to try to do some more 4-team tournament type of thing. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. So we could do 4 teams, 4 games
over a weekend.
So Charles Oyen is originally from Binford. Did you know that?
No.
1990 grad of FLBC.
I
went to NDSU for pharmacy. They took us Choral Club credits.
They took Choral Club
because of the upholstery rule. He traveled and then threw an elbow. So, so I didn't know that about him.
Yeah.
So
if he's from Binford, there's a reasonable chance I'm probably distantly related to him.
You could be, because people in Binford.
Central North Dakota, East Central North Dakota. Steal by Thacker in transition, all the way to the hoop, right-handed layup, up and rolls in for 2.
Did Binford have their own high school, or were they the consolidated district of district consolidations?
By the time I was in high school, Binford was a part of, what were they? Cass? I can't remember.
Central Cass?
Clay? I can't remember.
No. Cass Clay is a dairy.
And the other thing is there are 2 separate Dakota Prairie high schools. Consolidations,
really?
Yeah. So there's Dakota Prairie Tulna, and then Dakota Prairie Macville and Netta.
So you're telling me it's possible that at some point in a small town North Dakota basketball season, Dakota Prairie could play Dakota Prairie?
Highly likely. It happened several times.
I mean, are they both named like the Wildcats?
Or the Flyers, or
because there's 6 names that are still allowed.
Yeah.
It's like surnames in Norway. There's a limited number of legal nicknames that would not offend somebody.
Yeah, which is funny because the Devils Lake Satans made it into the mid-aughts before they made them change. 3-pointer from the corner, and that is number 11, Derek Neufeld, game-leading scorer. Yeah, I still wax nostalgic for North Dakota Class B basketball.
Yeah, it's a small town basketball, and I'm curious to know what the ethos of it is today. There's a chance that we're remembering it in its golden days.
Probably half the teams.
Yeah, because of future consolidations.
Yeah.
So if Dakota Prairie would consolidate with Dakota Prairie, are they anywhere close to each other?
Relatively speaking, yeah. There's a lot of open
Give
space.
me a miles.
Tolna from Macville? I don't know. That's a good question.
An hour?
Probably 90 minutes. I don't know.
Okay, so they're not close enough that Dakota Prairie could consolidate with Dakota Prairie.
I mean, but there's a prairie. That's the whole point.
And then perhaps if they were called Dakota Prairie and they would merge, then they'd change it to like East Central North Dakota.
Dakota Prairies?
Yes. Or Dakota Prairie Squared.
Dakota's Prairie?
That would have to cross state line.
Weston for two.
Down at Ellendale. Good job, Weston. Stay with it.
17:03 to go in the game. 77-14.
Halftime guest, friend of the show, Charles Oyen, tells me that Hunter and company were excited to have the opportunity to play in the tournament.
So Hunter, a couple days ago in Chapel, well, he was Judah!
Oh, that would have been great.
A dunk.
That would have made.
Finger roll instead.
Don't fake the funk on the nasty dunk.
That's Isaiah Ryder.
Yes.
Hunter
with
and
impunity.
Thacker with the floater over Judah. So yeah, Hunter after Chapel, when he and a teammate were talking about entering into the tournament or not, made sure I heard, but if we played, then Pastor Goodham could call one last game of ours.
That's right.
They've self-actualized me.
It's a good group of guys.
It is.
I'm really proud of them. That's great defense.
Kent Anderson
there
strips
you go.
Thacker,
There
log
you
up
go.
to Maxwell for the lay-in. Good.
That's a fast break point with a point off turnover.
Yes.
And their coach, I can't remember the coach's name. The coach is, I'm trying to not get in trouble here. If you look up, I mean this positively, those of you who don't know me, I think one could easily describe me as a crusty old basketball coach.
Yes.
Do you think it fits? Attaboy, Hunter.
Throwing his weight around a little bit.
Hunter says, that's my block. Get off my block. So I'm a smiley guy, all in all, but I am a crusty, half curmudgeon old basketball coach.
Yeah.
Okay. CMU's coach is a crusty basketball coach.
Yes.
It's
a brand.
He's up 60 points. He was not impressed with getting that ball picked and giving up a layup on the other end.
Neufeld misses the tip in. No, he wants his players to execute.
Yes.
That's Dick Bennett School of Basketball Principal 174.
I don't know if they do Dick Bennett in California, in Canada, but anyway.
In Canada, it would be Richard Bennett.
If I had a spirit animal, it would be their coach.
Kindred.
Yes.
Passing in the night.
All right.
79-18. And they're going to put the press back on.
Because we need to restore sanity.
The gap is getting a little too narrow.
We're going that way. That's half court.
I'm used to the first. Get your head read it.
Okay, so as Charles William was telling me, he's like, pharmacy school. I said, okay, so is that what you do today? I said, did they take any of your credits? I was just dying for him to say, yes, they took pharmacology. UND takes all of our credits.
Do they?
Yes. That ball is a knuckleball that he shoots, isn't it?
Yeah, Tugati for 3 from the left corner.
But they take all of our credits. Former basketball player Micah Blake. So Dad took all of our credits. He's at aviation.
Yeah.
Right. And I was thinking, they didn't take our aviation credits, did they?
For flaps?
Yeah, because it's not a strength.
You get your internship at Mata?
Yes.
Robert?
So 40% of our classes, our required classes, are exegetical, so studying the Bible verse by verse. Everything else supports that. We have a handful of classes that are educational foundation to help you think right, speak, read, and listen. But no aviation, no pharmacology. At least most pharmacology is against our dorm rules.
But currently logic.
Yeah, I got some logic.
3 from Osmac is
Introduction
good.
to philosophy.
Falafel C.
Always trying to hone that program, too. You get better and better. Isaiah Floan working hard outside. doing the work.
For 3, short, rebound by Fedorchuk. Osmak thought about stopping and popping. Instead, Fedorchuk reverses now to Tugati in the paint. Floater, jumper, up, good from 8.
Okay, so Tugati is 5 foot tall, right?
It depends on how much hair is on the top of his head right now.
Okay. And he just pulled up in the lane, shot that.
It was wide open space.
It's really nice.
Tomberly, jumps the pass, goes in. I
pronounced him. I went Italian with him at halftime. Milan Tomberly.
I just accidentally mistook him for an obscure '90s baseball player, and I'm just going to revel in that for a second. Andy Tomberlin.
I do not remember
used to
him.
play for the A's.
Get in the hole.
Maxwell misses the 3. Isaiah Flown doing Flown things, tries to save it, was a little late.
Mike is going to take a timeout. 12:15 left. 89-18. I got to tell you, CMU versus Trinity.
That was really fun.
That was 2 10 to 15 point games in the regular season. I'm really anxious to see how that happens. Not like anxious, like it's going to keep me up at night. I would very much enjoy watching that basketball game. I think there's going to be some great basketball at the NISC.
Is there going to be some late night poolside viewing?
Yes.
From Orlando?
Yeah, were you doing that year?
When we were in the tournament.
Yeah, one year we were in the tournament, and we had a really good team that year. And Sarah Byerly was watching Brad Byerly coach, and we were all. I remember I ordered a pizza.
Yeah, and we had to hide around a corner on the patio at the pool because we were being so loud, and like the security guard would kind of wander and let us know that they could hear us.
And I think we lost that game just barely.
Yeah, I think it was like by 2 or 4.
And we were watching on a small screen.
Like an Acer laptop.
Good memories. And so it's like, we'll have a bunch of people down at this conference. It's learning about how to better carry out the mission of higher education in our particular setting of Christian higher education and biblical training. So we're a Bible place.
Yeah, Bible place.
And we want to do that well. So, okay, Cisco has been a sponsor 3 years now. Official food service provider of the Free Lutheran Bible College and Seminary. Cisco helps our chefs fuel our students with delicious, nutritious meals. You can find out more about Cisco at cisco.com.
That's Tugati handing off to Osmak. Back to Tugati, baseline drive around Flown. Kicks out to Osmak. Steps back for a 3, in and out, no good. Ball tipped. It's going to be a foul on the floor on Isaiah.
Never quits. He never quits, Coach. I love it. Love it.
He's your guy.
He's my guy. Do you remember me always making sure I took every single one of my timeouts?
Sometimes for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Fedorchuk.
Like, Jason, hand me my marker board.
It was after I recovered from having your coat thrown in my face.
At some point, one wonders as to the utility of the sport coat.
Yeah.
It came off quick.
It was to throw in my face.
Yeah.
Fedorchuk on the steal. Flanked on either side.
Good block shot.
Ahead.
Whoops.
Katapon just creates some space for himself. Gets the easy jumper. 93-18. 11:09 to go in the game. Jensen to Anderson. Kent drives left side. Gets it to Mateo Pacha. Quick 3 from Weston. Long rebound, no good. Katapon comes down with it.
I have a choose your own adventure.
Oh boy.
Canada anecdote. I'm only going to tell one.
Okay. But it's choose your own adventure.
Have I told you on the air about my fateful almost trip? Oh, beautiful
nice pass. Tomberly with the finish.
Yeah.
No, that was Tugati. Yeah.
About my fateful almost trip to Camrose with Ben.
No.
We talked about that on air.
No, that's not the passport one, is it?
Yeah, the passport one.
Okay. I know it. I don't know that you said it on air, and I can't imagine anyone was paying attention the first time. So.
Well, we just went from 30 to 25. 24.
This is bloodletting.
I'm just going to take that as a hint that I'm not telling that story.
Listen, choose your own adventure. There is a realistic chance you'll just die by going over the waterfall, like every other choose your own adventure book. Oh, here's Fedorchuk all alone. Fedorchuk against the goalie. Yes, scores.
So I'll tell a different one.
Okay.
Canadian Lutheran Bible Institute in Camrose, Alberta, where if you close your eyes and open them quickly, three-pointer off front rim, but Kent Anderson gets his own rebound, misses the floater. Coming off the...
Good hustle, Weston.
We decided I like to teach up there. But if you close your eyes and open them real quick, you're in Thief River Falls, Minnesota.
Yep.
Okay. So we decided one year when I was a pastor, and I don't know if you remember being a pastor, but do you remember how much discretionary income you had as a pastor?
Yes, I do.
Young pastor of a small church. And so we thought, well, we had... it's not like we're going to do Disneyland here or whatever. So we decided I would say yes to an invitation to teach Romans or Galatians, week-long course at Canadian Lutheran Bible Institute. And the kids would drive the minivan, and we'd stop at her parents' place halfway there, and we'd have this time in Camrose, a nice place. I'll let you know. The kids were 1 and 2 at the time, maybe 2 and 3. And the catch was we were going to get done at noon teaching, grab a little lunch, go to the Lefse house for a cinnamon bun for Cinnamon Bun Friday, and then hit the road. And I was going to preach on Sunday morning.
Oh, man. 3 for Osmac.
We knew this was a bad idea, and we stopped for a little bit of sleep at 2 a.m. in Regina, Saskatchewan. And the kids could not go to sleep.
Oh, no. That's the worst. Pacha in the lane, no good. Hunter Oyen on the rebound, misses. Hunter Oyen tries to get his own rebound, goes out to Logan Morrison for 3, top of the key, no good. Rebound comes down, shortest player on the court. That is Caden Tugati.
And so we hit rock bottom the next day at 8 p.m. when we stopped at Culver's, not a sponsor but should be, in Grand Forks. And my wife looks at me and says, the pastor's wife isn't going to make it to church tomorrow. Yeah, it's pretty miserable. Oof. That's all I have. Actually, I have more, but that's all you're going to get.
Save your material for tomorrow. Oh, Pacha with the kick.
I have an Ecuador anecdote.
Yeah.
And I have a couple other Canadian anecdotes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of anecdotes.
Your life is an anecdote.
I am an anecdote. Line change. Got the starters back in. That's Araya Gehring. Apparently you've told the password.
I've told the password, sorry. And Liz was listening. We have a fan.
Lisanne, Thacker, and Neufeld back in the game for CMU. Lisanne for 3. Rebound comes down to Maxwell. Good hustle for Andrew.
Ben has games tomorrow at 10 and noon and thereafter.
Tournament
game, so I'm going to go to the first one. I've seen a lot of Ben basketball this year. Oh, almost.
My middle son, James, in the morning has drone training.
Drone training?
For Civil Air Patrol.
We've been accused of having received drone training.
I think I drone well enough without the training.
So for Civil Air Patrol, drone training. Your kids have enjoyed that.
They, especially my daughter, yes. Mateo with the pass up ahead to Maxwell, floats it in for 2. Mateo Pacha on the assist. What do you think assist is in Espanol?
Asistimiento.
So help is ayuda, so the helper would be in ayudamente?
Helpers are more hockey related.
Yeah, well, we got a Fedorchuk.
Ecuadorians are notedly bad at hockey.
Gehring for 3.
These guys can shoot. Yeah, that was
Gehring for 3.
Man, just like
20-9. Conquerors leading by 11. 5:23 to go.
That's legal. It just looks illegal.
It's appearing that the triple digits on the scoreboard is not currently working. Thacker over to Gehring.
Either that, or we just won.
Or either that or the exchange rate on the currency currently plummeted.
Take a time out of it. Get the timeout. No, he called a play. Mike Amone, acting head coach for the day. Coach Strand wanted to give him an opportunity to run the ship himself.
As he closes his FLBC basketball career.
Illustrious as it has been. The last of the Moans. I wonder if we'll probably see grandkids playing Moan grandkids here playing basketball.
Yeah, Jonathan's got a few, right?
Yeah, and I'm not sure I'll still be president in 20 years, but I'm guessing I'll be around someplace watching.
All depends on how the knee surgery goes.
It does. It could be the end, and then TCO will owe us a sponsorship.
Pacha, wanted the three. Good recovery by
shot.
Lisan. 3 from Weston Jensen. Rolls off right. Rebounded by Thacker. I wanted him to have more fouls. I was all prepared to come to bat with Thacker the hacker.
Yes.
But he's got 0 fouls in the game. Thacker drives around Oyen. Right-handed layup up and good. Hey, we got the triple digits up now. 113-20.
Little victories.
John Grevin proudly displaying the triple digits on the score table. Maxwell, guarded by Gehring, gets into the paint, dumps off to Jensen, disrupted and stolen by Araya.
So you heard right after chapel, or Thursday chapel, I'm presuming?
Yeah.
Our guys talking about to play or not to play?
That was either Tuesday or Thursday. Must have been Tuesday.
Okay, so we do chapel twice a week.
Yep.
We work hard at it. We want it to be good. And big part of our culture.
Step back 2 from Lisan is missed.
Our students don't complain about chapel, do they?
No, not like we used to.
We didn't used to, but you did. Actually, I'm not sure you did either. I think your friends did. You were a compliant student.
I was an agitator. I had other people do things for me.
Yes, you would provide. You were the Jason Strand of your era. Never get in trouble.
It's a Jason thing.
It is.
My favorite phrase in college was, wouldn't it be funny if, and then you plant the idea.
Yeah, Lily Strand, who's currently a student here, she had a bunch of cousins.
Lily
Groven, sorry.
Groven.
My bad. Sorry, Kevin.
Classmate of mine, too.
Oh, Kevin Groven?
Kevin Groven, yep. Once went jogging with him in the Rocky Mountains.
Mistake.
I jogged a shorter distance than him.
Oh, man.
And that was not current.
Kevin was a good dude.
Yeah.
Probably still is. I just haven't talked to him.
He was.
But Lily's got, once in a while during class, I'll just stop and look at Lily and go, oh, man, I got to tell you about your uncle or your cousin or what.
Never her mom.
No, I leave that one alone. Figure she deserves to be left alone. Now, Tammy Demo, however, tell some stories there. Summer teams. What happens on summer teams? No, it's good. It's fun to teach the kids of people you went to school with.
Yeah. What happens on summer teams generally causes the rule book to be adjusted the following year.
Yeah.
Tugati misses the 3. Rebound tipped by Jensen to Chernyavsky to Anderson. We've got a Chernyavsky and a Fedorchuk.
It's great. We have one employee at the Chernyavsky as well.
So we have 2 Chernyavskys.
And my son plays with a Chernyavsky. It's a large family.
Chernyavskim?
Yes, that's right. Godim means...
Plural of good.
Plural of goods. Godaim means too good to be true.
Fedorchuk, right side 3, no good. Tip back into the corner. Now back up to the blue line is Tugati. Katapon. Osmak and Tugati. Pump fake. Gets into the lane around Morrison. Oh, sweet little dish.
That was nice.
To Tomberly.
The dude can handle.
Yeah, he's got. So he's the understudy to Braden Fernandez, who didn't make the trip. Kent Anderson with the finger roll.
Oh, and CMU is doing their best to not win by 100. They really are. So, appreciated. Our opponents have handled this stuff fairly well this year, too.
Fedorchuk misses the shot. Going to line up, take another shot. Nails the 3 after the step back. 118-22. 28 seconds to go in the game. Shot clock is now defunct.
Tomorrow, 12-2. Am I really going to follow through on O Canada?
You put it on the air.
Now.
Yeah, you put it on the air. You would not want to disappoint Rob Cameron watching from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Nor would I want to desecrate their national anthem.
No. Good thing it's in our hymnal.
It is, and it's a good song. What if I give him 2 verses? Not more.
That's the first verse.
Much like the second verse.
Yeah.
It's just like
we're not going to Henry VIII, O Canada, cause an international incident right now.
Okay, 118-22. A good time was had by all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Canadian Mennonite University. Come back tomorrow, 12-2, women's game, men's game, and then on the road at Trinity in Allendale, North Dakota on Monday, and then on the court here on Friday.
9 a.m.
Is that what it is for the
Fresh
NIAC tournament? So thanks a lot for joining us, everybody. For production assistant Lexi Berg, production assistant, or producer
Luke Quanbeck,
and cameraman
Nick Lundy. And
this is Wade
facilities director Carter Neeland.
Makes the world go around. Have a good night.